Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mark from the Refractor Line, and I'm going to show you how to play MetaZoo, the hot new card game. So we're going to walk through a quick game, and what I have in front of me here and what you're seeing on your screen is the player mat. These were for sale online. They're all sold out now, but keep an eye out. There'll be more eventually, I think. I mean, there has to be. And we'll kind of walk through what's on this mat. So let's go from the left here. There's the Afterlife, Cemetery, and Limbo. And this is where cards go when they're done, when they're spent. And we'll kind of go through when that happens. Up top is the Terra. This is where you place the Terra cards for the fourth wall effect. And on the right side you have the spellbook and the side deck. The spellbook is your deck. And it's be minimum 40 cards, and there's no maximum as long as you could shuffle. And it says in the rules it suggests about 60. I'm not sure what the good number is, but what I can tell you is you want to have enough aura to play your most expensive beastie. So if your beastie or your card costs 5 aura, you want to make sure you have at least 5 aura in your deck. And, if you think about it, let's say you have 5 aura in the deck. Let's say it's at the bottom of the deck. One of them's at the bottom. Well, so you need more than 5, just in case it's stuck down there. So what's a good number? Double, triple, 2 more, 3 more? I don't know, but it's something to think about. And if you just bought a booster box, you probably don't have enough aura to play. So pick up aura somewhere, and you'll be ready to go. And then your side deck is a supplemental 15 card deck. And what this has for is when you play multiple rounds. In between rounds, you could place cards from your side deck into your spellbook, but they have to be replaced. So if you have 15 in the side deck and 60 in your spellbook, those numbers must stay the same, 50 and 60. So that's your basic setup for the mat. To play the game, both players will have a mat in front of them, and it will look like this. And the Terra cards will connect at the middle. And to start a game, you're going to start out with 1,000 life points. So let's put that up, 1,000 life points. And then next you're going to draw 7 cards from your spellbook. And if you don't like the 7, you may put them back and then draw 6. If you don't like the 6, you can put them back, draw 5, and so on. So it gives you kind of a little help if you get screwed right away. So let's pull 7 cards, and I'll kind of talk about them as we pull them. I'm going to start in the top left, and we're going to go clockwise from there. So let's go. We have a spell bookmark. There's 2 per spell books. Costs 1 and it's gray, so that means it's a neutral aura in the top right. And in the bottom, it's just bookmarks 2 pages from the top of your spellbook. So that means bookmark means draw. So draw 2 pages from your spellbook into your hand, which is your chapter. This is a lightning aura card. This is what you use to contract things. In the top right, it's a lightning symbol. And contract means to play. The points that, the aura is the points to cost to play. So this is an artifact. It's lightning glass, 2 per spellbook. It costs 0 aura. It has 50 hit points. You may fatigue this page at any time to generate 2 lightning aura. That's great. Here's another lightning aura. Okay, we need those 2 play cards, so this is important to have. Next is Lightning Storm. So this is a Terra card. This is what we're going to play in the middle, and this will cause the fourth wall effects. And we'll see the fourth wall effects on the cards, and we'll show that as we go along. But Lightning Storm is great to have when you're playing all these lightning cards. Next one, Spell, Power Up Red, 1 per spellbook, so it sounds strong. 3 of any kind of aura. And here it says, what it does at the bottom. And pretty much you replace immortality, and you're giving them 100 life points and 100 damage. Doing all sorts of great stuff, but they can't be immortal. And here's another one, a Beastie Dragon, a Snallygaster, 1 per spellbook, costs 7 aura, that's a lot, has 90 hit points. And down at the bottom it says what it does. And on this left side, on the gray bar, these are different traits they have. So we'll go through those as we play more. So that's my hand. So let's go see the opponent's hand. We're going to start in the top left and go clockwise again. So we have a spell, Power Up Blue, 10 per spellbook, so seems like a lot. It has only 1 aura cost of any kind, because it's gray up there. Target BC gains plus 10 life points, and its attack gains plus 10 damage till the end of its turn. Okay? Next one, Spell Balancing Beam, 2 per spellbook, 2 neutral aura, and it says down here, you're going to deal damage 10 times the number of years between the 2 casters, maximum 100 damage. That seems like a lot. Next we have a Dark Aura. So this is a different type of Aura card. We had the Lightning Aura. Here's the Dark Aura, but it's what you're going to need to play the beasties. So this is good to have. Early on, you will need it. Next is Artifact Chaos Crystal, 1 per spellbook. Costs 0 aura, has 25 hit points. You may fatigue this page at any time to generate 3 aura of any type. 3 aura, that's a lot. So this seems like a very good card. Nighttime. This is a Terra card. This seems very good for a night deck. So this will bring out the 4th wall effects for night. And again, we'll show the 4th wall effects as we go on. And we have one more Dark Aura card, which is great because again, you're going to need aura to play. So it seems like we have 2 Dark Auras. We have our Chaos Crystal, which we can fatigue for aura. So a strong aura start, so for us to play all the beasties we want here. Next, Beastie Humanoid Killer Clown, 6 per spellbook. 1 Dark Aura it costs, and has 40 hit points. And I did want to mention this bottom right has a 10 there. That's the damage it does. And it also explains about what would affect the damage. So there is the opponent's hand. Now that we've seen both hands, let's get the game started. So to start, you'll flip a coin, and I won the coin toss. I will go first. And to win the game, you need to take the life points down to 0. We both have 1,000 to start. So here's my hand again, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to bookmark a page from your spellbook, and that means draw a card from your spellbook. So here I drew the Beastie Bird Quetzalcoatlus. It costs 4 lightning aura, has 90 hit points. And you could read about its power at the bottom. But what I do want to point out it is, its regular attack static beam. And its static beam does plus 10 damage for every light bulb directly above the arena. Well, there's one above us now, so we'll do plus 10 damage for that. So that's kind of cool. And to the right is the regular damage, just 30 damage regularly. And it has the hand with the lightning bolt hitting it. And that effect is paralyzed. And you could read about those in the spellbook. The next thing I want to point out is to the left on this gray. It shows the traits of Quetzalcoatlus. So there is a wing, which means he can fly. There is fleet, which is this boot with a wing, which means he does not enter the arena fatigued. And then there's a sword cutting through the air, which means he has quick strike. And you can read about all the different traits in the spellbook as well. And below that is a red 50 over the lightning bolt. And that's the 4th wall effect. So if you play the Terra card, Lightning Strike, or you're playing during a lightning storm, or the thunderstorms, it's a lightning strike, so that would be active. So let's get going. So that's a draw. So my first play is going to be the aura. So this is what we use to pay for beasties and artifacts. So let's put 1 down. You can only play 1 at a time. So I have 1 aura down. Next I'm going to play the Terra Lightning Strike. So whenever I do play the Quetzalcoatl, we'll have the bonus. It'll be out there. Next, and I'll show it, I'll make it bigger for you guys so you guys can see this. This is the artifact Lightning Glass. It costs 0 aura to play, and you may fatigue this at any time to generate 2 lightning aura. So when artifacts enter, they enter fatigued. So we have to turn this 90 degrees. So we're going to turn this sideways to show it is fatigued. So my next play is going to be a spell, and it goes when spells are played, you put them in the cemetery. And you have the spell, it's bookmark, and it costs 1 aura. So to show that, we're going to fatigue an aura. So we're going to transform, or we're going to put this sideways to show that it's fatigued. So we have our aura sideways that's a fatigue. That's what brought out this spellbook that costs 1. And what it does, you bookmark 2 pages from the top of your spellbook, meaning draw. So we get to draw 2 more pages. So let's do that. We're going to draw grounding. You could, it's a spell, and you could read about it here. And we're going to draw lightning aura, which again, you need aura to really kind of build and play things. So these are all good. So that's the end of my hand. We played a bunch, and let me show you what I have left. We're going to have the lightning aura, which we're going to need to build. Power up red, which is a very strong power up. The Snallygaster, and a Quetzalcoatlus. And we also drew the 2 extra, grounding and lightning aura. So that's my turn. Let's go to the opponent's turn. Here is the opponent's hand again. And the first thing you're going to do is bookmark a page from your spellbook, or draw a card from your spellbook and add it to your hand or your chapter. So he drew the black cat, the opponent did, and it's 4 per spellbook, costs 3 dark aura, has 10 hit points. And the other thing I just wanted to point out at this is it has an ability in the middle. It says, when contracted, choose the results of the next roll or coin flip made by the target caster during their next turn. So when contracted means when it's brought out for aura. So when you pay that 3 aura and bring it out, that effect happens. So there you go. It's good. And also, you can see that when there's a mirror in the battleground, it's undone. So it's something to keep in mind. And on the left are the traits. I do want to point out, like the scary smile with the 2 eyes, that's fear. That's a trait. You could look up what it does, but we're going to play with that today. And then the other with the red 25 over the house is the fourth wall effect, Suburban. So it gets a 25 damage bonus when you're playing in a suburban area. So first things first, we're going to play a dark aura card, right? So we're going to start building up our aura. We can only play one per turn. So there's our aura. Next, we're going to play the tarot card Dark. We're going to set it up for our dark hand, so any sort of nighttime effects take effect with our cards. Unfortunately, this black cat, this is suburban, not nighttime. Next, we're going to play a beastie Killer Clown, and it costs 1 dark aura. So the 1 dark aura, we're going to show that we used it by fatiguing it, and that means we used it to play the clown. We're going to turn it sideways. And when we bring in a beastie, unless it says otherwise or they have fleet, they are brought in fatigued. So we're going to turn that sideways as well. So our next play, we're going to do one more, is we're going to bring in the artifact Chaos Crystal. You can see it costs 0 aura to play, has 25 hit points. So when we bring it in, it comes in fatigued as well. So we're going to turn this sideways. So that's our turn. We've done everything we needed to. And let me show you what we have left. We have a power up blue, which is good. We're going to use that for an attack. Balancing beam, depending on who you're playing. A dark aura, which we're going to need to start building these. And the black cat, which we drew. So back to the next turn. It is my turn. So here's my hand again. And the first thing we're going to do is awaken any fatigued cards. So let's awaken them by turning them face up. And what that means is now we can use their powers or use what's on them. These cards are in play. So after we awaken, we draw a card or we bookmark a page. And we add it to our chapter or to our hand. So here's a shock aura. You can read about what it does. But we're going to kind of just continue playing. And first things first, we're going to put down another aura. So now we have 2 lightning aura down. And we also have this artifact. And if you remember, this artifact states you may fatigue this page at any time to generate 2. So we have these 2, and we have this. So we could have 4 lightning aura, and I'm going to do that. So we're going to fatigue all 4 of these. So we're going to turn them sideways. Or 3 of them because the 1 is worth 2, right? So they are all fatigued. And then we're going to play the Quetzalcoatl. Well, I did not say that right. Let me try it again. Quetzalcoatlus. There we go. And it costs 4 shock aura, and that's what we did. Or 4 lightning aura. We did the 2 with the lightning glass, and then the 2 regular aura. Now what's nice about this is it has fleet. This foot with a wing means it doesn't enter fatigued. It enters ready to go. So what it's going to do is it's going to attack. So we have our 30 damage, plus we have 10 damage from a light bulb above us, so that's 40, plus 50 from the tarot card, from the fourth wall effect. So that's 90 damage we're doing. And we could choose so we can attack. We could attack one of these beasties or these artifacts, or we could attack the caster. I'm going to attack the caster. I think that's, let's get that going right away. And that's going to be 90 damage. So we're going to change their life to 910 from 1,000. Simple enough, right? So that's how you kind of get the game going and kind of get the opponent's life points down. You choose to attack them instead of the individual ones. And none of these can defend because they're fatigued. They're on the side, so the killer clown can't jump in front and take the damage. So let me show you my hand that I have remaining. We have our power up red, which you would like to use, or Snallygaster, and the grounding with another lightning aura. So that is our turn, and the shock aura we just picked up. That is our turn, and now we're back to the opponent's second turn. Okay, before we do the opponent's second turn, let's make sure we fatigue this beastie, because after the attack it should be fatigued. Alright, let's bring up the opponent's hand. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to awaken all of our fatigued ones. So let's waken these up. So what that means is we're just turning them back straight up from sideways. And we'll do that for each. Okay. And next, we're going to bookmark a page from our spellbook or draw a card. So we draw the dark aura. Okay, we're going to always need auras. So first things first, let's play a card. So we're going to play a dark aura. So now we have 2 dark auras out there. Our next play will be the black cat. You can see the black cat. It costs 3 dark aura. So to get to the 3, we have 2 here. We need to fatigue our chaos crystal, because the chaos crystal, you may fatigue this play card at any time to generate 3 aura type of any type. So we're going to do 3 dark aura for this. So let's fatigue that. And then we have our black cat who is brought to the arena. And we can see when contracted, choose the results of the next dice roll or coin flip. So that's for my next turn, not this opponent's turn, for the lightning turn. And we see it also has the trait Fear here on the top left. And what Fear does is it makes the opponent, whoever you could choose a beastie. And if the beastie loses the coin flip, they go back into the other opponent's spellbook, or into their chapter, into their chapter, which is their hand. So the black cat's out there. Boom, we have a coin flip right now for Quetzalcoatlus. He lost it. So what does that mean? He is back in my hand. The opponent, the cat scared him back into my hand. There you go. And the black cat enters fatigued. So he's going to be sideways. There is that. And we're going to have another play of Power Up Blue. So we had 3 aura, and we have another aura here. So let's fatigue it. Turn it sideways. And then that brings in our Power Up Blue. Target BC gains plus 10 life points and plus 10 damage. So the target beastie will be the Killer Clown. He's going to get plus 10 damage. So he does 10 damage right now. So we're going to do plus 10 on top of that. And it says plus 10 damage for every inflated balloon in the room. There are none here. So no extra damage, but 20 damage. And so where does the damage go? The damage, we're going to choose the lightning glass. So when you do the 20 damage on the lightning glass, you're going to put the 20 damage, a token, right on the lightning glass. And that's to show it is 20 damage. Now, you're going to be given tokens. You can buy tokens with this game, or you could use scratch paper, just whatever you have. But 20 damage on the lightning glass. And if you remember, the lightning glass is 50 hit points, so it is okay. So, made all the plays, did everything. So let's show you the cards that we have left. We drew our cards. Let's show you what we have left. So this is what's remaining. Balancing Beam and Dark Aura. We've used a lot of them. But that's the opponent's second turn. Now back to my hand. Turn number 3. And before we get to my hand, real quick, let's make sure we fatigue this Killer Clown. He did attack, so that means we gotta fatigue him. So, here we go. Here's my hand again. And we're going to awaken all of our cards. That's the first thing you do, is you awaken them. So, awaken him. Just turn him back straight north-south here. All right. So we have north-south. So first thing after that, we bookmark a page or draw a card. So here we go. Oh, we got a second Quetzalcoatlus. So we have 2 of these now. So the initial one I had out was scared back into my hand. So I have 1 in my hand, and I just drew 1. So now I have 2 again. So what am I going to do? Let's play some cards. Let's put down another aura. You have an aura, you should play it. You never know when you're going to need it. So we're going to play the aura. And we're going to play Quetzalcoatlus, so we need to fatigue these auras. So we're going to do, again, if you remember, this is going to give us 2. So we're going to fatigue our glass to give us 2. And then we're going to fatigue 2 of these. There we go. All right, so those are fatigued now. And we got a Quetzalcoatlus. So he's out there, and we've gone through this before, so he is ready to go. He doesn't enter fatigued. So he is going to attack the killer clown, and he is going to do, again, the 90 damage. So let's see. The killer clown does not have 90 hit points. The killer clown has 40 hit points. So let's turn him back north-south so, we could put him away. There he is. So he is going to take 40 of the 90 damage, and he is going to be put into limbo. He is taken out. So he is not usable. He's sitting in limbo. But there's still 50 damage left. So the remainder of 50 damage goes to the caster's life points. So we're going to change the caster's life points, lower them 50. Let's do that. We're down to 860. So the Quetzalcoatlus seems to be causing some serious damage. The extra 50 really makes a difference, for damage wise. So it's something to keep in mind, for all these fourth wall effects. And I always forget, but when they attack, we have to fatigue him. So let's fatigue him. And then we're going to play the shock aura. If you read what the shock aura does, I can spend life points to have her enter awakened. It doesn't really matter. I don't really want to. It costs 1 of the lightning aura. So let's make sure we fatigue this guy. And we're just going to have it enter fatigued. And, we're going to bring it along. Maybe they'll do some defense. Maybe I'll need those auras. It'll just kind of be out there. So that's my turn. Let me show you the hand I have left. So we still have a power up red. We're going to have a lot of aura coming up. Same with the Snallygaster. Maybe we can get the 7 aura out there. Start pulling some of these, or maybe a second Quetzalcoatlus. So there's my turn. Let's go to the opponent's turn now. Here is the opponent's hand again. And first thing we're going to do, we're going to wake up all these different things out here. Wake up our aura. We're going to wake up our chaos crystal. We're going to wake up our black cat. And to start off your turn then, you're going to bookmark a page from your spellbook or draw a card. So we got the Beastie MothMan, 1 per spellbook, and a very great card. You've probably heard of him. Has 5 dark aura to cost. That's a lot. Has 100 hit points, which is also a lot. In the bottom right, you'll see 100 red. That's 100 damage for the winged attack. Pretty good attack. And you can see it's affected by nighttime, and it also has a city tear or fourth wall effect. So those are the extra 25 and 25. So you could do even more damage. So let's read what it does in the middle. When MothMan is contracted, you may have target opposing caster bookmark pages from the top of their spellbook until they have exactly 7 pages in their chapter. And you prophesize name any non-aura page if the chosen caster has 7 or more pages in their chapters already, do not discard or bookmark any pages. So what it's saying is just make sure they have 7. If they have more than 7, all right, but at least a 7. And then you guess a card. And if, then reveal a page at random from the chosen caster's chapter. And if it is the page you named, they lose the game. So that's why this is so powerful. The game is over. All right, if you're wrong, if it is not the page you named, place MothMan in your entire chapter in the afterlife. So let's say you don't have a lot of cards in your hand. Maybe this is something to go for, who knows. So the opponent's play. First thing, let's put down some aura. So let's make sure the aura is brought in. We're going to bring it in straight up down the side. It doesn't come in fatigued. So after our aura, we're going to play. Let's bring in the MothMan. So he's going to cost 5. So that's 3 from the chaos crystal. They bring in 3, so we'll transfer. We're fatigue that. We're going to fatigue 2 more aura to get us to our 5. We have their contracted for 5 aura. Boom. Our MothMan is here. So when he's contracted, you may choose that. And so we're going to do that. We're going to choose the card and make sure and try to guess to win. So let's bring up my hand because this is the opponent coming at me. So let's bring up my hand. So I'm missing cards. I don't have 7. I have 4. So, the power up, the Snallygaster, grounding, and then our second, Quetzalcoatlus. So let's draw 3 more. Metal Man of Alabama, Lightning in a Bottle, and Haste. Okay. And for the opponent to pick a card, who knows? I don't know what the strategy is, but you know what? They're going to pick the Snallygaster. And you know what? Randomly, we're going to choose one from our hand. And the one we choose from our hand is the Snallygaster. Boom, game over. That's it. They chose the correct card. Lightning loses. Dark wins. That's the game. So that kind of shows you how powerful MothMan can be. And is there a strategy that, maybe you know somebody's tendencies or cards they might have, and maybe you'll get lucky, But it just shows how powerful it can be. So that's the opponent's last turn. That's the game. Game over. And that is your walkthrough. Pretty quick game. We didn't cover everything, but there's a lot to this game. So hopefully it gave you the basics to get going on yourself and kind of learn as you play yourself. And this game's new. So if we didn't do things exactly correct here, let us know. Say something in the chat. We're always looking to improve this. So we just want people to learn how to play and kind of get more into the game. That's our goal here. But yeah, if you like the video, throw in a like. Throw in a subscribe. Thanks for checking it out, and good luck out there. Have fun.